cryptos. I've played with the blockchain for how long? 6 years. And we have made money, guys. Some people keep wondering whether we have made money or not. We have changed lives. In that we have people who find us out there and they think we probably work with the government and all that. Others are calling us very funny things. We tell them that the moment we are in is for the people who want victory. Those that believe if you have a small mind, please don't be part of this. So, I'm going to start this presentation that belongs to the crypto and the blockchain industry. I do not want you guys to feel complicated with the words crypto, the likes of blockchain. Look at only one thing called opportunity. Look at what? The opportunity, because you have opportunities out there. Someone was told when you buy a border, that's an opportunity. They go to the borders and they are riding them and they are seeing the money they are making. Another person was told if you plant cabbage, that is an opportunity. You see? So people have been testing opportunities. Another guy was told to buy a tax. He bought a tax. Some guy was told to leave the village and go to Kampala. That's where the opportunities are. And a mere living up country to the town center, that is already what? An opportunity for some people. We have people who are running away from our country here. They are going where? For green pastures. In the UK, in the US. But they keep asking us, how do you guys do it? How do you do it when you're still there? Now, I'm going to show you how we do it. Simple. There is nothing like rocket science here. So, let's start our presentation, but we shall start with a disclaimer. So, let's open and we see now. You see what this is? I know many of you, usually, when they come to such presentations, there is something you come with. You think this is the alpha and the omega of everything. Then tomorrow, you come and tell them, but you think it didn't work, you see? You know a wheelbarrow? A wheelbarrow, when you don't push it, it will stay there while looking at you. So business is also like a wheelbarrow. When you push it, it works. So for us, we have been pushing business for 7 years. And guess what? We have been squaring. So this disclaimer is just to tell you what we do and what we don't do. Later you can go through it so that you can actually do exactly what it is talking about. So let's go on and I tell you what we are going to cover today. So the things we are going to cover are in about 3 phases, 3 different things. We are looking at the energy technology, something in the energy area. We are going to look at something in the health area. And finally, we are looking also at the blockchain area. All these ones are under one concept. That's why they are saying enter the multi-trillion-dollar market. Are we together? The multi-what? Dollar market. The word is big. It's multi-trillion. Some of you, when you hear such words, you say, now these ones have started. They want to thank us. Are we together? Because they tell you what you want to hear. So let's move on and see where we are heading. Now, we want to first discuss the so-called blockchain. I know most of you hear the blockchain out there. We want to see its advantages. Very simple stuff. For whatever you're seeing out there, we are saying advantages of the blockchain technology. And later, I will actually explain to you what the blockchain is. So, because we have started from, what class have we started from? We didn't go to the basics. We went to about P5. In our country here, we say P5. So, we are saying currently the blockchain is the safest method to store it. That if we are talking about storing data, we mean that the era we are in has changed. Everybody has gone online. Okay. So much business is online. And if you're out there and you're wondering what is happening, number 2, essential protection for all data. We are talking about essential. We have blockchain as a decentralized protocol for transactions between parties. So we are also bringing what we call transactions. I know you're transacting out there. When you send money from me to you, that's a transaction. When you send money from me to some guy in the UK, that's a transaction. If you want to go and buy something out there, that's a transaction. So we want to bring this so-called blockchain in such transactions that we do it every day. 2, capture every change transparently. Are you ever going to buy something and someone tells you, you didn't give me the money? I didn't see the money you gave me, but you gave him the money. You actually gave him the money, and the guy is saying, can you prove that you gave me this money? And at the end of the day, you say, maybe I threw the money, I can't see it. But it was in my bag. And the guy says, I also gave you your change after buying. Now, with the so-called blockchain, all these things are captured transparently. There is no need of making noise over a transaction. It is as clear as it looks. In summary, we are talking about safe. That's 1. 2, fast, cost efficient, and saving what? Resources. So these are the things that going forward, we need to look at. How do we adopt all this into our life? Let's go to our next slide and see. Now, as we are talking about the blockchain, we have people who have already moved. That's why they are saying 50 global players using blockchain technology. This man of Binance, what did he say recently? That blockchain will be bigger than internet. Those words are there. That it will be bigger than what? We all know. When internet came in, I think 2010, it entered Africa. We have African countries that try to turn it down. But you know, originally the internet concept was a program for the US Army. It was an army program. So later, it started doing some things, it made life easy. But it was being chased away. Now, when you see right now we have banking and finance, logistics, health, insurance, energy, real estate, trade, governments, Internet of Things, technology, transport, all these guys that you see there are already using blockchain. So what does that mean? That what we are talking about is not a future thing, it's already working. Are we together? It's already what? We have already adopted it. Let's see where we are headed, because now, someone asked me the other day that what are we actually talking about? What we are talking about is simple. We are saying digitalization of the what? Of the world. It's as simple as that. Digitalization of the world. And this is what is happening. Whether you like it or not, the statement is clear. They are saying the ones who are now dealing with digitalization. 2, blockchain technology. 3, tokenization. What is the statement down? That there will be what? They will be the winners. It's a statement. You can either take it or you leave it, but it's what? And this statement, some of us have seen them before. One time there's a statement I saw. They say that the next set of billionaires will not come from oil and something, but they will come from those dealing with cryptocurrency. I saw that statement in 2015. When I looked at it, I cut out something, then I kept it somewhere. Then I waited from 2015. Do you know, in those few years, I was doing an analysis. I have done about, let me see, close to, I think around $5 million in that short time. Okay, we put it in our UGX. That would be what? Billions, right? Recently in lockdown, just lockdown alone, from, I remember it happened the day my birthday was happening on April 14th, 2020. That's when they were doing the first locking. And I was beginning a certain project. I will tell you, by the time the lockdown was done, as they kept opening and locking us, I stayed home without moving anywhere. I had seen $3.2 million on my account being made. I asked myself, what is happening? Why can't people embrace such? Are we together? So most of you are thinking that these are things that don't work. You're probably saying we are gamblers. Others are saying we don't have jobs. Are we together? Yeah, that we don't have jobs. Let me show you an example. As we are moving, we have what we call partnerships. The company that we want to bring to you right now is called ZENIQ. But you see, for every company to exist out there, what you need is some major partnerships, One of the biggest clients that this bank called OCS in Dubai has is ZENIQ. Now, people were asking, what's the difference between OCS, ZENIQ, and Safir? I told them, don't worry. ZENIQ is the company that has what we call software products. It has blockchain concepts. It's the actual company with products. It actually doesn't need anyone to go and market it out. Are we together? But you see, the era in which we live, ZENIQ realized that if they don't go into major partnerships, they will move so slow. So they decided to do what we call partnerships. One of the major partners they got was OCS International. This is the bank. So let's move forward. I will tell you what is happening in these partnerships. So, one, ZENIQ Technologies, 2018. You know what happened in 2018? The person who is behind the concept perceived the concept and said, okay, I think we can do something decentralized. Are we together? Now, when they perceived the concept, what did they do? They went to Austria. You see here, 2019, to try to develop it. They had people who are developing. You know, each time you have an idea, look for guys who can believe in your idea. Are we together? Because many of you are dying with very good ideas. You speak to somebody, he says that is rubbish. We tried it sometime back, it didn't work. You speak to another one, he tells you, told you such nonsense works. But at some point, there's another guy who you're going to speak to, say, meanwhile, I think you have a point. Why don't we test it and we see? The other day someone brought for me the project of garlic. This is my colleague. He started telling me about garlic. He showed me the numbers. Then he showed me where the opportunity is. I asked him, so where is the opportunity? He said the opportunity is on the scarcity of garlic. That Uganda as a nation is importing 95% of the garlic we use. Can you imagine? 95% of the garlic is being imported. And I asked him, so what can we do? He said, we have our own soil. Can't we start planting this garlic here? Let us get some farmers all over the world, all over Uganda. So we entered the partnership. We started doing something. I pushed in some money. It's a few months now. Recently, we appeared in the papers. If you read one of the monitors where they said that a Ugandan wants to import garlic, not to export garlic to South Africa. So this colleague of mine said, let me go to South Africa and get to market. And he got to market. Now we have demand of so much garlic which we don't have. You see? The demand is already available because we have showed them we have what? The concept we understand. So we have started dealing with suppliers. So people want to supply us more. So that's how something began. So when these guys went, they put together the concept. In 2020, they did what we call filing with investors. They said, now, this is what we have. The concept works. Where are the investors? So the investors came on board. They said, we are taking on this. Now, one thing people need to understand, technology today, not every country embraces it. Some are saying this thing is going to bring us problems. But when you go to Dubai, Dubai is saying, please, whatever technology you have, bring, me I will embrace. So that's why 2021, they went to Dubai. And when they reached Dubai, the first family, the Al Maktoum, said, we want this project. Altogether. And on 24th May 2021, the company was incorporated. Altogether. So it was incorporated in Dubai. So after that, it became a genuine concept. Now they started spreading it slowly. That's when they started getting partners where we belong to. Today we don't belong to ZENIQ. Some people think we belong to ZENIQ. ZENIQ doesn't know us. We belong to a certain company called Safir. Safir took all the ZENIQ products and said, for me, I am going to sell these products to where? To the people out there. out there. I will send them to the people out there and I will pay them. I want to use a module that actually works. So can we move and we see where we are headed? Because it's very important. Now, what is this? We are saying ZENIQ's people and strategic what? Partnerships. Like I told you, for every project to be real, it has to have partners. How do we major partners? What do we have? 25 people in Dubai. Someone was asking me, what do they mean by 25 people in Dubai? Just 25. We are talking about the locals. Do you know UAE has less people? The actual ones who belong to it are fewer than the real people who are there. The entire UAE belongs to the people who are just 20 million. I was recently checking, I think, where the majority coming from. Actually, Indians are more than the actual owners. So they come into Uganda and they say the Kenyans are more in Uganda than Ugandans. You get the point? So in the UAE, we have more of the non-nationals. I mean, the locals are few. That's why they're always moving around with their dresses. What are they called? Councils. These are rich guys. They are only collecting taxes left, right, side. And they have built. You know, one time when Amin was in our country here, we gave aid to Dubai. I was reading that. I said, we give aid to Dubai. So how do we look like? And how does Dubai look like? Anyway, that doesn't matter. That's not my area. What I want to tell you is that that country has embraced something. Do you know what they are saying? We have number 2 here, His Excellency Sheikh Said. You see, this is where I am bringing to you a 2022 opportunity that the people who matter are saying, we want this concept. Before you qualify it as a fake project, you ask, what is the Sheikh doing in the fake project? What is he doing there? Because I told people, can you use your due diligence, use your own head that God gave you. We have 50 developers globally. As we talk right now, we are looking for more developers because this is the only concept that is going to bring the entire crypto to usage. The entire crypto is going to come into what? Usability. People are talking about crypto every day, but very few understand it. The entire crypto today has games where we have tokens which have come, and when you look at them, they have produced over. You find the token which has 500 trillion tokens. And you ask yourself, what are they doing? So they are playing what we call a pump, dump. Pump, dump. That's the game. We have 16,000 cryptocurrencies. I'll go to that part later. Now, look at this. We are saying OCS Group, then Safir. We are talking just the partnerships. What is the reason? ZENIQ will support the realization of the following goals in the UAE. Someone will say, what about Uganda? What about Kenya? What about Nairobi? I mean, maybe some other country, UK. When you talk about the UAE, we are talking about an open place. Who has ever tried to go to Dubai here and you failed? You tell me if they refuse to give you a visa here. Anybody that has tried and they refuse to give them a visa. It takes you seconds. You can even get a visa in one day. Going to where? To Dubai. Why? It's an open place for the entire world. People no longer go to France now. People are saying France has been built where? In Dubai. What are we going to do the other side? You try to get a visa for USA now. They ask you what you want to go and do there. Can we see your bank account? Who has invited you? Are you sure? How old are you? Do you have a wife at home? Are you coming back? Do you have children? Then they go and audit the other person who has invited you. Show us how much money are you making. So you're inviting these people. How long are they going to be here? Come on. These things don't happen with Dubai. That's why when we say that the following goals in the UAE, we also tag ourselves to the what? To the UAE. Because the goals they are saying are what we are also running into. One, make UAE the world's first choice to participate in the what? In the digital economy. Dubai is just like an example to the rest of the world. We are saying that we need to go cashless. If you want to go cashless, how come we are not seeing someone who has done it. Someone has to do it. Out there, let me tell you guys, out there, if someone sees you with money. The other day I was in Austria, and I had money. Someone told me, don't make a mistake on the other place you show our money, because some people might follow you. And they are seeing even $100. Someone has access to money. Everybody moves with their cards. In China, there is one place where what they use is their WeChat and all that. There is a girl who I talked to, she said for 3 years, she has never touched money. Everything is QR code. QR code. Everything is just like that. Now, we are moving to such a world, and as we are moving to it, there is an opportunity. Do you know the concept here of magendo? I know the rest of the world is watching and they ask what is magendo. In Uganda, we had a time where people would smuggle goods. Why would they smuggle goods? Because the URA systems were not working very well. They had places where they would just pass their things. There was no one to stop you. Were they in any mistake, these guys? No, they were not, because they got an opportunity of having goods and tax. Now today you are saying we are going to push our boys out there. So now you can't do it. So when these people came, the other guys decided to do what? To abide by the law. Do you know today we get paid? I know people are listening. Even the government could be listening. People are paid in crypto, and we get all our money. We get all our money, no one is charging us. But is it our problem that we are not being charged? Why can't the government come up with a system and say, people who are receiving money in crypto, this is how much you'll be paying. But do you think we are not in taxes? We are not. Everything we are using out there has taxes on them. Me, I pay I'm actually one of the biggest taxpayers in this country, in individuals. The other day I bought cars which were almost worth 2.something billion. Now imagine how much taxes I was paying. There is one of my cars that paid 250 million for taxes just. Now imagine the cost of the car. So we are paying taxes, but in the interim, as far as earning is concerned, we are still enjoying. Are we together? We are still what? These things of pay as you earn, no way. But it is not our fault. So let them bring a system and say every payment will go through here. And this is what belongs to the government. We shall freely give you the money. Now, enhance the UAE's role in the 4th Industrial Revolution. The 4th Industrial Revolution is on, and finally, to render the Emirates of Dubai the first city with 100% services running on what? On the blockchain. Let's move and we see where we are headed. Now, this is very key for us. I tend to explain transactions. How many of you have Visa cards here? You like a card, a bank card? You have bank cards, guys? Have you used them to transact? Have you ever bought something online with a card? Yeah, I know many of you have tried. Have you paid for a hotel with your card? Now, when you are having a card that has Visa on it, that system called Visa is what is enabling the transactions to be global. Me, when I go to Dubai, all I need is my card, that's it. Well, Dubai is free, you can also have your dirhams around, but most times, my card is doing everything. That card, in 1 second, I want to bring for you what they call transaction. 1 second like this, it will allow 52,000 transactions. Are we together? 1 second like this. You're having the same card here in this building paying for something, another guy is in Rwanda paying something else, another guy is in Kenya, another guy is in the US. At that same moment, all of you are using the card. 1 second, 52,000 transactions can do what? Can happen. Are we together? Now, the industry called the blockchain says we also want to do such transactions. Since the money called crypto has been around, it is 13 years, guys. 13. I know some of you heard it yesterday. Others think probably it is some bubble that is about to go down. Well, you're entitled to your opinions, but some of us have been seeing it. I entered the bank in 2018. Now, 2019, that's when someone tells me about Bitcoin. One of my friends, he told me, Ben, you have $200. I said, $200? For what? Let's buy Bitcoin. I looked at the guy and told him, boss, this thing's for what? You see what happened? You see what $200 would have done at 0.1. It would have bought for me 2,000 what? 2,000 Bitcoins. I didn't know. From 2009 to 2012, you know what happened in 2012? Bitcoin went to about 1,200. Altogether, 1,200, to me, that was 2.4 million dollars, which is close to 8 point something billion of what? Of Uganda at that moment. I was about, let's say, 27. Now, 27, you give me $2.4 million. I think God said this one is going to die if I give him this money. Well, what I'm trying to bring out is that there are some of you who have missed opportunities, not because you really want, but the person explaining the concept to you doesn't understand what they're saying. I would let someone just tell you this thing makes money. You're like, how? Says, I was also told it makes money. Now, do you see this blockchain called crypto? The crypto concept rides on a blockchain. When Bitcoin came, it brought out the first concept of transaction on the blockchain. But the blockchain on which Bitcoin operates, if Bitcoin tried to do the usual transactions like the MasterCard is doing and the Visa card, do you know how long it will take? You're going to pay for a cup of tea, which is, let's say, $2 altogether. Do you know how much fees you'll pay for $2? Maybe around $15 of transaction, but you're buying something of what? $2. Do you know how long it will take for that transaction to go through? Maybe another 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. You're waiting for the transaction so that you can take your tea. Somebody could have not yet seen your money, but you're hungry. Do you think such a transaction makes sense? No, it doesn't make sense. So, Bitcoin, or the blockchain on which it rides, can only do 6 to 7 transactions per second. Now, since 2019, people have been saying, can we do some improvement? Do you know there is a blockchain for Ethereum? Now, Ethereum is like an improved version of the other blockchain. It's a 2.0. So they come and say, we can also do the transactions that Bitcoin is failing. And then it comes and improves between 60 and 70. But what is acceptable right now in the world? Transactions of 52,000. Now imagine you're bringing your 60 to 70. You still don't qualify. Out there. Now, there comes a man called Tron. Tron says, I'm bringing another blockchain. You see what is happening? There is innovation. People are trying to create something. Tron comes and what it is doing? Around 2,500 transactions per second. It still cannot match what is accepted in the world today. Now, from this one, this man here comes in 2017. 2017, there is 2017 we got what? We got another guy called Binance. All of you saw Binance. How many of you bought BNB during that time? I don't think you had the chance to buy BNB. Because it's something that made people millionaires. When it came in, do you know the Binance chain can run up to 10,000 transactions a second? Yeah, 10,000. But what is acceptable right now? 52,000. So do you think it stands a chance? It doesn't. So innovations are doing what? going on. Now, this guy called ZENIQ comes and says, okay, the rest are trying ABCD, they are failing. I'm bringing also my own transactions per second. It puts together 50,000. This blockchain was launched in Dubai. Now that's the reason the royal family said, this one, I think would be a good deal for us if we can use it to do transactions. So let us partner. So the Armac tomb is a partner to these people. They are partners. They are saying the technology you have is different from what we have been seeing. Meaning, this one stands at a better chance to take us to where we need to be. So, can we move and see where we are headed? Let's move on to the next slide. So, we are talking about a 360-degree ecosystem. And this is the bit where most of you are beaten out there. A concept comes, it shows you what they are doing. Everything is just on paper. Nothing has been tested, and then they tell you you're going to become a millionaire. Then you get excited, you get your money, and before you know it tomorrow, the money is not there. But I'll tell you point blank. You see, the time this concept came to me, it was April. In April, I was a very big boy in a certain project where I was in charge of the entire continent of Africa. The entire continent of Africa was here in my finger. So I thought I was holding something so big. I have seen projects that come and give you names. Like the jobs, head of department. Hey, like, no, I can't leave this job. I am the head of this department. I'm the CEO, sijui what. But you see, all these things are names. So, April, I began doing an analysis when someone told me about ZENIQ. I had said I'm not doing tokens, coins anymore. That's what I thought ZENIQ was. That's what I was thinking. I thought these guys are bringing some stupid tokens for pumping and dumping, and people are going to be crying tomorrow. So, later someone sits me down. How long? In September. After October, imagine, after April, we are moving up to September. Then I said, let me sit down. I sat down in September to check what these guys are talking about. The man said, what we have, we have what we call ZENIQ hubs. I said, okay, explain what a hub is. He said, these ZENIQ hubs have been designed like a rig. Do you know what we call the crypto rigs which produce cryptos, which are given algorithms and they start mining? Have you heard the word mining? So mining is that process of creating the coins with those algorithms that they put in cryptography and all that stuff. So, said, have you ever owned a mining machine? I said, okay, tell me. I said, yes. Because a mining machine, when you have it, it will keep mining until the formula of that specific coin is over. Are we together? So in 2009, people bought mining equipment for Bitcoin. Do you know they have been mining Bitcoin for 13 years? They still mine Bitcoin. Do you know we are mining with about 3 million Bitcoins for the formula to get over? So people are still getting Bitcoin from the garden. Some of you are saying Bitcoin got over, it's a bogus thing, yet others are still what? Mining it. So he told me the company is bringing something that is going to be here, and if people own it, it will give them money for a period of 15 to 20 years. They say that's a lie. Then that's when he gave me the example of the Bitcoin mining and all those things. You know, it might take the next 10 years to finish the algorithm of Bitcoin. So meaning, Bitcoin might take 23 years to get over. Are we there? So the person who already bought the mining machine has a garden where they keep planting and they are getting whatever they need. It's different from someone who goes and buys Bitcoin from the market and uses it and it is done. 2, he says the system called ZENIQ has what we call a swap. I said, what is a swap? Of course I knew swaps. He said, do you know Uniswap? I said, yes. He said, do you know PancakeSwap? I said, yes. He said, these guys are also bringing something which is also called the ZENIQ Swap, where tokens will be exchanged. It's like a forex bureau, I would say, where you can go and exchange one coin for another. I said, okay. Now he comes and tells me they have a debit card. Now the debit card bit, we had an argument a bit. And I've seen many crypto projects here on the debit card. That's where they hit people on the head. They go put together some fake concepts. Then the card works off the system. Then they do what they call a recording of the transaction it has done, and they broadcast it to the entire world that their system has a card. Most of the crypto companies have refused, actually the banks have refused to partner. Now when he told me about OCS, then I knew that if OCS is an investment bank, and they also issue out what we call cards, then I said, this could be almost true. I kept listening, and he said, they are bringing something called staking. Who knows what staking is? Who has a fixed account here? Fixed, where you just put your money and it's just there. I know most of you fear to let your money be there. Because really, what are you going to fix there? Yet there's no there to sit up. What you need today is OPEX, an operating what? Account. So, staking, today there are coins that are not in the market. I will show them to you. That it has a platform which will allow staking, whereby you let your coins be used and they pay you every day for using your coins. To me that was a good deal. Now they are talking about an app wallet. How many of you have wallets like Mycelium, Luno, all those wallets? You see, most of the cryptos have brought apps. Now those apps are also making money for them. So I saw an entire system. Now they came and talked of a decentralized exchange. Do you know the exchanges we have are not decentralized, guys? All of them, even Binance, you see it. It is a centralized exchange. It is so much controlled. We are talking about an exchange which is decentralized. Then it's talking about a decentralized blockchain. So I kept listening. Then you went back and said, smart chain. You know what a smart chain is? When you see ERC20 tokens, do you know where they are coming from? They are being produced by the technology of what? Of Ethereum. So Ethereum is the mother of all those tokens. We have tokens that are coming from Binance. And now Binance is there originally. It didn't focus on anything called a token. But it came with some of these things. It has them. And now what we have? NFTs. Recently NFTs came. And people haven't understood them. Non-fungible tokens. People are selling art through NFTs today because they seem to be safe. And tokens are coming up because tokens belong to a blockchain. When you see a token, you just know it is riding on another blockchain somewhere. So I knew if we have NFTs, that means our blockchain is going to produce lots of them. Next, that's the big thing called tokenization. I have been studying tokenization for the last almost 4 years. I have studied tokenization. I have seen systems. Do you know that tokenization alone is bigger than the coin market cap? People haven't understood. I will show you. The coin market cap has gone up to 3 trillion in total. Only. Tokenization, I will show you where it is going. It is somewhere here. I will explain it to you. Let's move to our next level. So, this is the part we are going to explain now. The world today is in a certain zone that is digital. How to get everything is running where? Digital. Everything that you used to buy now is online. So that industry has been categorized to be over how much? 800 trillion. How to get the entire digital industry. But of the 800 trillion, the analysts are saying 24 trillion is running to the blockchain. Now this is the part we need to understand. We call it positioning. How to get, if somebody's head is upright right now, you will know where I'm headed. The industry called the blockchain is attracting $24 trillion, which actually made slated a bit more. And the analysts are saying by 2027, we are in 2021. How many years to go? 2023. 5 years to go, almost. Are we together? 5 what? We are talking about 20 what? 4. You know what this means? For the last 13 years, the only money the blockchain has managed to put out there is 3 trillion. And we have seen billionaires coming out of that industry. Out there. But 13 years, 3 trillion. The same blockchain, again they are saying, has an opportunity worth 24. Now some people are still saying that, the crypto concept left us. No guys, actually you're just beginning. You're not even late. This is the best moment you need to grab. They call it positioning. You need to position yourself in the 24 trillion. Out there. Whatever is going to share this, please position yourself. Let me give you an example. Out of the 3 trillion of the entire cryptocurrency that is on the coin market cap, one single coin called Bitcoin was taking 50% of the market. Who knows why? Why do you think Bitcoin took 50%? It was what?
The mother of cryptocurrency.
What if it was Ethereum? There is what they call being an early adopter. If any of the other coins had come and it was given another name, it would still be the one taking the what? The 50%. So we are talking about being the first in the what? In the market. We are talking about an era. This is something I want you to understand. When an era comes in, whoever is first will take the bigger market share. Now, tokenization is worth 24 trillion plus. We have lots of projects, companies that are actually coming with tokenization what? Platforms out there. But out of those platforms, there is another one, which is called ZENIQ. I don't know whether you're seeing my argument. Now the ZENIQ platform is actually ready. The others are coming. Yes, they are coming. They are going to share this 24 trillion. 6 years from today, we might go back to a round table and ask ourselves, how much of the 24 trillion is ZENIQ taking? And who saw ZENIQ? And how much do they have? This is where the opportunity is, guys. Who is saying, where is the source that 24 trillion by 2027? I always want to hear such the source. World Economic Forum. How many of you have gotten a chance to go through World Economic Forum? Do you know the people who sit there? Have you seen farmers on that platform? No, farmers don't sit there. Did you see pastors or prophets? Because if they are pastors, they will say by faith we are going to get there. Are we together? But we are having people who are what? Economists. Are we there? People who don't even believe in God. People who actually have tested systems. They only believe by testing systems. They are also part of the concepts. Some of you saw people investing in things like Tesla and you're like, man, I wish I saw Tesla. Things like Amazon, Alibaba. You're like, I wish I saw Alibaba when it was beginning. Google. Do you know what they have said about Google? That this industry called tokenization by the year 2027 will be 74 times bigger than Google. So now tell me that you missed Google and you think you missed so much. You really think you missed something? Coca-Cola, 285 times bigger than what? Coca-Cola. And we know how Coca-Cola is big. We know it's global. But tokenization is coming to be 285 times bigger, according to World Economic Forum. Now me, who is a person who wants to position myself in money, what do? I listen to these guys and I jump into anything that has tokenization around it. I would get that. Because we are talking about an era, guys. Tokenization has not started yet. And what is tokenization? That's what I want us to understand. That's why they say the world is being broken down into small assets, digital assets. If we are talking about tokenization, we are also talking about what we call the stock market. I would get that the shares that people bought before were on a platform. There are some companies that could not break themselves down, but today they have been given a chance. So the stock market concept is coming on the blockchain. How to get? It's coming on that. That tomorrow you'll find this art piece there. And you know what happens? You own a small part of that art piece. This building, what do you own? A window. As the building is making money, even your window is doing what? It's gaining value. And they're not going to start asking you that what is your educational level before you take part of this. You know there is a loan you're going to ask for in the bank to buy an asset and they're like, okay, so how are you going to pay this loan? With tokenization, you can also own part of the Burj Khalifa today, the Dubai Mall. So very many things are coming where? On the blockchain. Let's see what is coming on the blockchain. So they are saying reasons for what? For tokenization. Have you had things like project financing? Push it out. Project what? Financing. Very many guys have projects, but do you know what is happening? They are failing to get finances. Now tokenization is saying even a country can get money through such a project. Do you know that they give us money and they tie the money on certain conditions globally? Then they say that these books that allow things like homosexuality should be supplied in school, but we are giving you the money. Go and do this. I want to get such nonsense is being tied on us in Africa and we have nothing to do. Now, what can be tokenized? That's what they are asking. What can be broken down? Real estate. Do you see this? That is the reason the Al Maktoum actually said, we want the concept, your platform, we want your platform. Do you know Dubai is the #1 real estate place? People are buying buildings even before they come up. I've ever bought one before it even was done. I went and paid my money before. I just saw the artistic impression. I said, wow, this is going to be good. I started buying. Solar systems, wind, power. They are talking about art. I've been seen art pieces which are worth $800 million. You look at it and you're like, I wish I had shares in this thing. Antics. These are patents. Now there is something here called contracts for work and services. Now, all these things and much more are coming to be what? Broken down. People are breaking down things, and that is an opportunity. Why? Because it's a new era. That's why I told people that the opportunities are not in what is already existing. Find what is beginning and grab it. Why most people are failing to make money, they are saying, let's wait for it first work. We see it. That has been coming. It has been coming and people have been testing it for a number of years. And they say the time is now. The platforms that are ready, if World Economic Forum is saying that industry is worth 24 trillion, who are you to say that it's a lie? Me, I would want to believe such economists. Let's move on and see. Let's move on and see. Now, ZENIQ said to me, I am bringing an exchange in addition to the exchanges that are available. I know most of you have seen exchanges. The likes of the Coinbase, Binance, there are so many. Cardano has an exchange, so many exchanges, so many. But ZENIQ is saying, I want to bring an exchange with rates that are not available right now. best exchange rates. Have you ever seen the gas fees on ERC20 tokens? Yeah. You have tokens, you want to withdraw them, then you say, no, I'm not withdrawing these things. You find half of your money staying in the system. And you ask yourself why. So, we have number 3 here, ABAN compliant verification. Our exchange is coming to connect with your banks easily. That today, instead of looking for these funny guys who are supplying Bitcoin and telling you this is the rate I will give you, you say, no, I'm sending my coins to my account. And when you do that, the ZENIQ system is willing to be in the middle and allow such a transaction to do what? To happen. We are talking about an exchange with very low fees. Very low fees. So, this exchange is about to launch. Actually, this is the year the exchange is launching. In the next 3 months, it should be able to launch. But before it launches, you need to pick the asset which is seated on this exchange. You need to have understood it, because when Binance came, all we were looking at was Binance. We forgot about BNB. Let's move and see what exchanges do, because that's very key. Now I want you guys to watch this. This is very key. They are saying the power of what? System coins. The power of system. That's why I told you that originally I thought ZENIQ was just a token or a coin. It was a system. You know what happened to Ethereum? Let me give you an analysis here. Very simple. Someone get a calculator and you see money. Very important for us. When the blockchain of Ethereum came, it came up with one of those coins that people didn't understand in 2015. Not very long time ago. 6 years. It had a coin called Ethereum, which was at 0 point what? Can someone divide this by 1,000? Just 1,000 only. Because some of you have used 1,000 to buy borders, to buy a piece of land. Huh? Well, I want to do a quick analysis.
1,000.
Okay. Multiply that by 4,350. It's very important for us.
6.3.
Multiply that by 3,560. Because I want to go to the final deal.
22 billion.
Good. So I want to bring this. That $1,000 altogether in 2015, if you got a chance to see 1,000 and then you saw Ethereum and it was the beginning and you said, let me buy this thing, you are still around today. Some of you are old. From 2016, you were old guys already doing business and you have invested so much money altogether. Today you will be having 22 billion of Uganda altogether. This one I'm telling you because you need to understand that originally we had no one to talk to tell us about this nonsense. People are calling it nonsense here and there. So sometimes this nonsense has made us be admired. We be moving out there and someone is like, you are living my life. Then I tell them, I'm living your life. What about mine? Eh? What about my life? I'm living also mine. Are we together? Now, that was how much money? 3.5 million Ugandan shillings. Are we together? Giving you 22 billion in 6 years. Do you think 6 years is too much time to wait? Are we seeing how the scammers are eating our money every day by telling us they can double our money in 6 months? They come and bring their systems, they say, we are going to triple your money. We are giving you every day return on investment. We are giving you this bot. This bot can do for you your money every day and is giving you. Now, because of the poverty that we have, every day we want to receive some kidogo, small. And then finally your money has been tripled. Your 1,000 is 3,000. 1 year down the road it is what? Then this guy has taken your 1,000 somewhere and 4 years down the road he has $4 million. But you are not aware because you can't know. No one has told you. Okay, let's come to 2017. Weren't we all there? Okay, I don't know who is very young here. 2017, I have my young boy here. 2017, where were you? Because I saw him grow up. Let's go and look at another 1,000. Simple, guys. One more. Divided by 0.096. 0.096. Someone divide for me. 1,000 divided by 0.096.
10,000.
Multiply that by 690. Just yesterday in 2021. 6 what? 90.
7.5.
Multiply that by 3,560.
Give me 560.
3,560. About 25 billion, I think.
25.
Good. 25. Be what? 25 billion. In how long? In 4 years. Guys, what I'm talking about is a reality. Someone might say, we missed that. No, we were ignorant. Nobody gave us information. Do you know excuse? They say that excuse of the law is what? Over ignorance is something. But you see, some of you are saying what I don't know has nothing to do with me. What is not there does not make a kid what? Cry. But the kid has already missed. In our language we say, if you're not there, the tree won't fall on you. If it falls. We are here. Not everybody is here. I know we have a few people online. How many people do we have there? Are there some that are there? We have a few people who are probably watching. But I'll tell you guys that we are in 2022. If you live here today and you think I have come to look for your money, no guys, I'll tell you the truth. Actually, I will not brag. I have my money. I swear. I have my money. Okay. I have my money. But the money I have is not in the dreams that I want to do. You get it? Because I have certain dreams that I look at and I say, but I've not yet got my job. Then someone is saying, that one. Some of you are not dreaming. You're here saying, the day I buy a Range Rover, that is my dream car. Who told you Range Rover is a dream car? And then you're calling it a retirement car. You're saying you buy a G-Wagon retirement car at 60 years. Then you want that hard car for what at 60? You want it for what? All the energy that it has, and then you experience that energy at 60, you will die and leave it. Out there. At 60, you don't need such a car. You need a simple car. Simple that you know you fly around with no stress because you've gone through everything. When you're still in your 30s, that's when you need a car with 800 horsepower. Like a G-Wagon, a 63 Brabus. This is the time you need it. Out there. Stop saying it should be your retirement car. One time I had parked 8 cars at home there. Because I thought it was a lie. I would see footballers. Then I said, let me try this thing. I started. I parked. Then some cars were not yet in Uganda. I parked them. I brought in a car that was not in East Africa and go like how? The time I bought my X7, it was not anywhere. It was not anywhere. I had cars parked there. Then people started asking me, which Illuminati power am I using? I said, guys. Now, do you see 25 billion? Tell me 25 billion in the last 4 years. Do you know how much you would have done with it? But because nobody has told you, now I'm telling you that in May 2021, another opportunity came. How to guess? When? May 2021. This opportunity is exactly like the way you see these ones. Out together. It is a system. These ones were systems. They have blockchains, they have exchanges, they have all that. Now the difference is here, that ZENIQ came with something different. Do you see the coins which are here? They cannot be put on this one here, on this platform. If you find tokens which are under Ethereum technology, they will not be under the Binance technology. If they go there, they will be wrapped altogether. They will be duplicates. ZENIQ said, I want to remove that stupidity of wrapping. I want all coins and tokens on the same exchange. Meaning, do you know what happens if today I want to change a uni token to Binance, to Bitcoin? I can't do it immediately. One, I will first exchange my uni to Ethereum. Now from Ethereum I go to Bitcoin. I will first exchange my cake to BNB. From BNB I go to what? Now, all this nonsense is ending. These guys are saying, get your token called Uni and immediately convert it to what? To Bitcoin. Without losing money. Meaning you're going to have more pairs, more trading pairs on our exchange. The same exchange is coming out to allow a certain economy called tokenization. Now this is something which some people don't know. These exchanges cannot enable tokenization to take place altogether. They are not built in such a way. ZENIQ Exchange is the first one to allow tokenization. An industry worth 24 trillion. The fees coming from there will be earned by the exchange. I don't know that someone is getting me. Are you guys getting this? Let's go to the next page and explain what I'm saying. Now, this is the page I want you to understand. 100%, I want you to read this. 100% profit distribution of all profits generated by the decentralized what? Exchange to the ZENIQ coin holder. Go back behind. One page. Do you see this exchange here? Uniswap. Every 24 hours from the swaps that are happening, it is doing about 2.5 billion. Altogether, just in fees. Mobile money alone, fees, how much money they are charging. If you see how much the agents are making from, actually not the agents, MTN. It is making so much money from these funny fees. Now, these exchanges are making so much money, especially Ethereum platform, because the gas fees they charge is too much. When you come to the cake pancake swap, it's making over 1.5 billion every 24 hours. Now, this money that these exchanges are making, do you know on these exchanges we have people who are holding the token called cake. Also here, we have people who are holding a token called Uni. But when the exchange is making money, they don't share the money with the token holders altogether. Now, that's why I told people that ZENIQ, even when you buy your tokens and go and keep quiet, tomorrow the company is going to start giving you money for mere holding. That's why we are going now to our next page. Let's go to that page. This page is saying a masterpiece of what? Long term. Some of you have come here and you're saying, Kati, I have my 1 million. In the next 2 months, how much will I be having? Please, guys, that one, please take it somewhere else. Take it to these scam boys. So every day, how much will they be giving me? You buy a piece of land and you're asking the owner that you are a wrong buyer. We have what we call the panic sellers in the industry of crypto. They have spoiled the industry. When they see crypto doing this, they run to sell. They dump. Now, if you have come in this industry and you have bought our tokens and you dump them, it's up to you. That is up to you. But they are saying a masterpiece of what? Long term. But now the question is, what is long term? I joined ZENIQ in September. I was checking how much money I had made. I calculated if per month, if I was to, okay, per month if I was on a job, I would be earning, because how much I made, I would be doing, I checked it was 28 million per month. The little that I've made about 28,000 euros. I would get 28,000 euros. If you divide it in those months, it will give you around 28 million. But you see, this is not what I'm targeting. This money, even in a month, cannot handle my bills. I would get people saying, what are you doing with 28 million? That is me. So please, when I'm budgeting, sometimes I leave other things alone. Every month I need to have a trip. So I calculate, I see how much the trip will take, around 10 million. So what about the rest has gone where? Eh? And I'm not the type who goes to a restaurant to look for the price. I say, aha, give me this one. No, I say what I want. You get it? Go and say, I want to eat this chicken with this and this and this. Don't say how much. Say what you want, then they bring, then you pay. Do you know that I don't know how much fuel is sold? I'm not bragging, I don't know how much fuel is sold. I reach a station, I tell them, fill the tank. Then they feed it. The other day my young sister was laughing at me. That how can you not know how much fuel is? I said, I don't know. It's not my business, I'm not saying fuel. Me, I'm consuming what? Fuel. And I'm not going to start looking for station after station. I know you guys are driving from one station to another. You're like, this one is less by 10 shillings. Then another guy called, no, this one is less by 20, you come. Then you drive another distance, you wait in jam. But then you reach that gas station. You've consumed all the fuel that was there. Yet you'd have picked from there. So you, guys, come on. Now, this is a concept called ZENIQ that has what I had already showed you earlier on. It's bringing the real estate. Out together, this is a summary. It's bringing all these companies, digital stocks. Now we're talking about stocks, digital. We are bringing tokenization, which is all here. Increase in value is what we are looking for. Increase in value means you're making what? Profit. You are in money. We have daily coins coming out of this hub here. We have now the exchange. Swaps are happening. We have participation. This participation is for everybody. Every week, the company is going to look at the exchange and see how much money it has made. And then the people who are holding coins there are going to get some profit. So the more coins you have, the more money you will be earning altogether. And then we have what we call a blockchain across the board. This is the first blockchain that can allow other blockchain coins to exist on the same platform. Binance chain, Ethereum chain can all exist on the ZENIQ exchange because the blockchain is open. And some people are saying it is impossible. But by the time they did this, they have tested it. Do you know where this comes from, guys? German. How many of you have dealt with German concepts? Any of you that has done a scam from Germany? If you have driven a car that is a scam from Germany, you tell me. The Germans don't joke. When they are doing something, they do it. If they said these were Chinese, I would be scared. Because those guys, we don't know what they are dealing with. Someone asked the Chinese that, do you know Jesus? He said, Jesus, I don't know, you bring sample. I will make for you a better one. He said, I don't know teachers. But for them, they can make anything on the planet. Anything they will make it. Don't joke with them. Actually, most of these industries are in China. Why? Cheap labor. So they are willing to produce first class and low class. So if you want first class, they will still give it to you. But in most times, when nobody is monitoring, they will produce their nonsense. Let's go to our next page very fast. Now, when ZENIQ was coming into the industry, it came with the motive of trying to create protection. Now that's the reason even the bank called OCS said, we want you guys because of your gadgets. They created a gadget that is so secure that all your crypto assets can actually sit here without anyone hacking you. I was hacked recently about 80 million, that's about 20,000. I was in Zanzibar. And because I went online, they hacked me. Today, if someone gives you his phone and they remove the password, you can do so much when they remove the password. This system here, called the ZENIQ HUB, has 2 processors. You go to the next processor, I show you what it has. You see now, it has 1 and 2. That if you enter the first part, the second part also is saying, can you put another key? So the security around it is enough to secure our online assets. So they have created this platform for all cryptos. It's not just ZENIQ. The wallet that we have has so many coins, and it is also seated on that platform. The exchange, everything. So when you have the hub, you have so much. I will show you how much it costs. It's actually very cheap. Let's go to our next part here. So paying with crypto coins becomes what? This is what ZENIQ is trying to do. It is coming with an asset, but also it is bringing a solution to the crypto industry. They are saying, can we get this industry to work like the rest out together? So they are bringing solutions to enable the cryptos to work. That's why they are designing things like API software solutions for ATMs. You can come and buy and put your solution there. Crypto payments for online stores. People online can now pay and buy with crypto. A solution made by ZENIQ. So ZENIQ is not just offering its blockchain and its token and coin, no. They are also offering solutions. That's the part which I looked at and I said, okay, this is a whole round concept. It's much bigger than what we are thinking. Let's go to our next page very fast. Now, this is the app. If you have your phone there, whether iPhone or Android, this app is there. Out together. It's there, you can go get it, and you'll see so many tokens that are there. And all those tokens, you can actually save your Bitcoin. The wallet is ready to be used now. This is another source of income for ZENIQ. Let's move very fast. Good. This one I have already showed you, that for the first time, there is one specific system that is bringing a card. We almost launched it last year, it wasn't ready. So this card is coming. And do you know what you'll be using it with? Online purchase, tickets. Then you can also have your money saved there. You go to any ATM. Now, with this card, at least now, the government can collect some money. Do you know that? Because you're going to use this card on an ATM. Do you know the ATM belongs to a certain bank? That bank is a commercial bank, and it is paying taxes for every transaction. So even you, when you use it, you have to pay for using it. So meaning that this concept called ZENIQ is allowing now countries to collect some money from the crypto holders. And majority of crypto holders prefer to have a card than having coins on their wallets. Because they are used to that kind of system. That if it is money, I should be able to do what? To withdraw it on an ATM somewhere. That's where it is going. Let's move. Let's move. Now, this is the coin that I've been trying to explain to you. It's already listed on 2 platforms. PancakeSwap and Uniswap. That's why I told you that when you have it today, you can wake up tomorrow and sell if you want. Altogether, it is the way all other coins are, limited in number. Altogether, the distribution is through the exchange, and we are trying to create a sustainable income. Why? This coin is not, do you know that you can't dump Bitcoin? People who love dumping, can you go and dump Bitcoin? No. Guys are doing what we call pre-mined coins, and they are bringing all of them into the market. So guys buy all of them. So when they buy them, they pump them. After pumping, they dump. And the game is on everywhere. And people are calling that crypto. So the elite, the people who make sense, are saying, this kind of game we don't want. It's bogus. Why? How do we be part of it? So ZENIQ is saying, let me bring a solution whereby a coin is backed up by reality. Whereby the coin can't just be dumped. it has actual usability. Let's go to our next page of usability. You see it? A coin backed by what? By reality, guys. Most of the coins we have today are full of speculation. Up, down, nothing holding it. This coin is actually having, in addition to coin supply and demand on the exchanges, because this is for almost for every coin, it is adding you more activity. You see this card? That's more activity. It's also adding you the hub, the app. All this is activity, meaning there is some, I would call it a buy and sell pattern happening. Usability. The usability of most cryptos has failed. Because they are lying. Most guys are telling lies. They cannot have their coins used because they are seated on a limited platform. Most of the exchanges or the blockchains on which coins are seated are not scalable altogether. So the scalability of this has enabled it to actually have usability. You see, fees and tokens from tokenization. Now this is the biggest. And much more. Let's move to the next level, chapter. Now, this is what I would call the milestone, an overview. From 2018, I told you, this concept was perceived. It has been going on up to where we are right now. 2022, activation of the beta version of the decentralized exchange. So, in this first quarter, you see right now the coin is on a very good value. Very good value that whoever is buying now is enjoying. They're giving much more coins than the time when we came in, because we found it slightly higher. Now it's slightly low, which is very good. The best time to buy. I have a problem with people when they see crypto going down, they get worried. No! Understand crypto, study the ups and downs. When it goes down, buy more. It goes, keep it, because there are forms of trading. People think trading is by being on the computer all the time. You see, arbitration is also trading. You can buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. That is arbitration. We have bots that do that also. Even you can do it. Then we have the other guys who are trading actually using other platforms. But now we have another trader who buys and holds. Now that one is making much more profit than the one who is dealing with daily nonsense. He buys and holds his coins. 1 year, 2 years. He goes through some small, you see, that's the problem I have. When you do an investment, it doesn't mean you have invested your entire life. That after investing, you're not going to eat. Are you stupid? What life are you living? Business has to go on. Where's the money for business? I told somebody that if you don't have what they call OPEX, they call it cash flow, then you also don't have someone who owes you money. Because when someone owes you money, you know anytime you're getting some money. You're very broke. You're totally broke. You have no cash flow. There is nobody who owes you money. And then you're there talking, you're actually very broke. If someone owes you money, you are rich. Anytime you get that money, I would get it. So when someone says, you don't say, no, I'm not giving you the money. It will help you tomorrow. Sometimes we lose it. You know how much we have lost in such losses? Now, we are entering this year with very good news. So much things are about to explode. April, we have an event in Dubai. So some of you here, you had better start preparing. This time, it's going to be a global event. The recent one was for selected few. I took a few people to Dubai, but even getting them into the event was hard. But I tried to smuggle them in. So people hadn't qualified. So we are moving, and this is, I would call it, a roadmap. The roadmap is very clear. They are soon going to remove all these others and show you 2022 what we are about to achieve. Let's move and we see very fast. Let's move. Now, this is the part that I need you who are here to understand. This is the part for you to start investing today. How to get this one? You don't need, because someone asked me, is it this thing of bringing people? I said, no, this is a technology. Buy and go home and relax. Then later I will tell you how for us we make daily money. It also has some daily money. Actually, the coins they give you also, can be withdrawn, but that is being shallow-minded. It's buying a piece of land today and you want to sell it tomorrow. Altogether. You see here, 100 euros. That's the lowest, 450,000 Ugandan shillings. We put it at that level. 150 is about 650,000. We have 400 and what? 250 is about 1,250,000. So we have people who are saying we want to buy a full hub. Do you know how much a full hub is? 1,500 euros. Here, that's a full hub. We have people who are saying we want the ZENIQ HUB, the tab. Now, originally I didn't know that this package, when you buy it, you have also this housing hub, 01 in it. So I didn't know. So meaning 1,500 to almost 2,000. So the tab alone is only 500 euros. Just 500. But you cannot bring 500 and they give you the tab. So when you buy the tab, you have bought also the first hub with it. So it has the master node of a 1,499. So this is where people are saying we want to make real money. Number two, someone is saying I want to buy 2 hubs. Someone is saying I want to buy 4 hubs. You see? Like the way you have a piece of land out there. You have bought one small piece and you're very excited. Okay, you need to left, right, said, and they're not even talking. You with your one piece of land, you're excited and you're all over there. But at least it's something. You get it? Hey, you have put something. You can say to buy 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, or 256 hubs, 330,000 euros. I told somebody that there is no company I have seen that will allow someone to bring in 330,000. Do you know why? Any company that does that is attracting problems to itself if you're not genuine. 330,000, an investor of that amount has the capacity to also hire lawyers and they run after you. This is the big boy. Outfield. Big boys don't let their money go just like that. So what most fake companies will not allow big packages. They will say, no, 5,000, 50. Their boys were willing to lose 50K. Altogether. So they are saying 330. Meaning that they are sure of what they are selling. What are you selling at 330? If it is bogus, no one is bringing that money. They know what they are selling. And they are saying some people can buy half of the hub. You can also buy quarter, 450. Oh, so everybody has been catered for. When you buy this hub, this is the thing that I was telling you earlier when we began. You're like somebody who has bought a mining rig. The mining rig of Bitcoin has been giving people Bitcoin for 13 years. It's going to give people more Bitcoin for the next 10 years. ZENIQ algorithm is designed to go between 15 and 20. So when you have this, you know what you have? You have a piece of land where you can go plant, pick, you see, it will give you coins. After 1 month, when you have a problem, sell them. But it doesn't mean you've sold all of them. A month later, it has added you more coins. 1 year down the road, it has given you coins which have resolved all your problems. Sell if you have a problem. But it has not stopped. It is still doing what? Bringing coins. Up to a point when the algorithm is done what? But you see these hubs, they are limited, they are not for everybody. They will soon get over. When they are done, the people who are coming today, they're not going to start buying hubs, they will start buying coins. So you will be selling coins you are getting from the garden and do that, selling. Now, because of this solution here, I mean product, the company called Safir said, but you guys, you have very good products. Why can't we come and sell them for you? So that's where we got another partner. But there is another partner that we got recently. Let's go on and see. So this is open now. We are talking about new strategic what? Cooperations. That one is not there in that book. This is a new presentation. So Some of you know the US. The US has a department called the SEC. All together. The SEC is the regulator of almost everything there. The day they catch up with you and you're doing something illegal, they will shut you immediately. Now, they regulated a company called Tupan. Tupan is also a crypto project. But Tupan is migrating to our blockchain. Now, that's the part that we want to look at. Our focus is where Tupan has been regulated by the SEC. And this company is so big. It is a digital asset issuer in the US. By the time, you see the things, the likes of Binance, Coinbase, all those guys have cases with the US. Big, big cases. So, we are receiving somebody on our technology. Altogether, someone who is regulated by the SEC. Do you know what that means? It means we have a first-class technology. If such a partnership is happening, it means soon we are going to have so much awareness that the entire world will be falling into ZENIQ Technology. And when they are falling in, you know what they are coming to do? To buy a limited asset, which you already have. If you have bought a piece of land and many guys are coming to fight for that land, the value does what? It just shoots. It's as simple as that. Now let's go to our next part. You see what Tupan is doing? It's a forestry defi. It's creating what we call tokens and protecting the Amazon. That's the reason why the guys in the US are saying, let us legalize these guys. They are bringing something sensible. They want to tokenize the Amazon and protect it. You see, when the Amazon has issues, the entire world ecology has a problem. So it is being protected. So these guys are coming and their system is migrating to our blockchain. They want to receive better speed, better security and all that stuff. Let's move on and see. Now, that is Tupan. Let's go. Let's go. New strategic cooperation is another one. ZENIQ. How many of you have used it's called booking.com. Booking.com, when you go there, you're going to find hotels, you're going to find planes, you're going to find cars for hiring. Now, ZENIQ is an aviation platform that has come in the place of what we call the private industry. The private industry of what? Planes. You see, the private planes have been underutilized. So, ZENIQ has decided to create a platform like booking.com. You come there and you book a plane that is private. You see, today with this corona that has happened, you find people missing what? Flights. Then you enter on a plane, they say, no, here, no one sitting here, no one sitting here. So you find a family, they have paid for tickets, yet if they had booked a private plane, they would have been okay. They would not mix with people. So it has come out to make that area very easy. Let's move on and see what it is doing. Now you see this industry. It's as big as 1.8 trillion. It's so big, but it's underutilized. We are only looking at 2% that is currently coming out of that. And over 890 billion turnover. The airline business is all not coming through. We have 350,000 aircrafts, which are private. They are not being used. Recently we launched this, and I was among the people who benefited. I was on a private plane. This man saw me there on private planes. It was a raffle that happened. Then someone said, but you see, there are so many people. For you, just luck. I said, no, it's not luck. Me, I'm blessed. There's a difference between luck and a blessing. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now, you see what the app is doing? It is bringing what we call airline, charters, business aviation, and private aviation together on one platform. So you go there and do your booking very fast. Let's go on and see what it's doing. More stuff it is connecting. Search, book, manage, and pay a private jet. People think it is so complicated to enter a hotel. It's very easy. So they are bringing them out. And you know what they are doing? They are saying the first all-in-one marketplace called ZENIQ. Now, ZENIQ when it did this, it created tokens. It was originally on the Ethereum blockchain. It has migrated to our blockchain. You see how we are receiving now major guys. Let's move on and see. We are receiving major players. Let's go on. It's called VU. So the app they are bringing is called VU. So VU is going to be connecting the key parties in the business aviation industry on one single platform. That's why you see the customer here, the operator, and the broker. See, a very big industry. Let's move on. Good. Expansion of the services, innovation at its best, value creating strategy. Now, you see what they are talking about here? The staking market that I was telling you, those of you who say you can't have a fixed account, in the crypto you can. Crypto staking involves locking up a portion of your cryptocurrency for a period of time as a way of contributing to a blockchain network. In exchange, stakes can earn rewards, typically in the form of additional coins or tokens. Out there. So, let's see which coins are being staked today, because we already have a staking platform. You see this profit by staking. Now, Avinok, the token called Avinok, is the one that is going to be used in our staking. Are we together? So let's go and see what is happening. Now, how many NOK are done? First, click another button there. Click, click, click. Good. Now, Cardano, if you know that coin, you can't dump it. Do you know why? 70% of the coin is not in the market. It's not there. It's under staking. The guys are using it. As they are using it, people are making profits. About 30% is in the market. Solana, 77% is out of the market. So it is very hard for it to just lose value. So the owners of Solana have protection. Why? The coin is out of the market. You can't just dump it. We have Polkadot. 59% is not in the market. So this industry is a billion-dollar industry, which crypto people are not understanding. This is another form of trading in crypto. That I'm getting my coin, I'm giving them to a certain guy to use them, and he makes for me money. Out together. Now let's move. Let's move. A strategic masterpiece. Let's go. Let's go on. It was supposed to start in December, but now it is starting this month. So our final part that we are touching is very optional. Out together. The one which I'm bringing you has made for me, I didn't talk about my coins, has made for me 28,000 euros in 4 months. Out together. This part that I'm going to. But it's optional. Then, the other one, which is the real deal, which people are saying the real deal of buying the coins and keeping, has only made for me 6,000 what? 6,000 euros on my account, just the tokens alone. So what I did was to first move my tokens to another platform. But the optional one, you see this one? Optional. So I'm going to go through it because it's optional. You don't need to do it. Are we together? The people who understand things which are optional. I will tell you, have you ever seen the government fighting certain things? The things like marijuana. They tell you, this one, please don't, they will talk bad about it. But have you studied the use of marijuana? If you go and study it and you see the cannabis oil, and you see how much it does, how much it heals, you would know this is another gold. So whatever is good, they will fight it at some point. So if there is any government person listening, I know what you're doing. You're fighting our good things. Gold is a free word. It is a free mineral. We can go and mine gold, but they'll tell you the soldiers have to take it on. But now, when you tell someone, can you go and explain this concept to a friend? He says, that's gambling, me I don't do that. You guys go and do your gambling. But that's what is giving us some abnormal money. Actually, some abnormal money, I would say abnormal, but good enough Our ZENIQ concept is saying even when you don't do this, you're headed for money. Open that page. Now, we have a company that is called what? Safir. Safir is located also in Dubai. Their work was very simple. They came and told ZENIQ, you have a good concept. Can we help you spread it across the world using a certain strategy? Open that strategy and we see slowly, slowly. So, what these guys are doing, Safir is saying, we want to grow your portfolio of all these products. We spread them out. You guys bring the products for us, we spread them slowly, slowly. Now, let's see. So they say, we want to use a method which is the quickest. And that method is called networking. But we are going to give back to some people who are helping us spread the good news. 69%. Are we together? 69% return. I know many of you are doing sales for certain companies. But if you calculate the commissions they give you, one time in MTN, I used to do sales, and at some point, I did so much that they said, no, this is the maximum of this product. So if you oversell, we are not giving you the rest of the money. This system is saying, can you determine how much you want to make? I did it recently in a selling system where I would say I want to do 800 million, and I will do it. So far I have started, I'm at around 30 million per month. I'm chasing around, my target is at least to close $1 billion shilling in the next 1.5 years, in a month. Now when someone says $1 billion, they're like, but that's the entire money I want to make my entire life. And my life is sorted. And you're saying you want to do it in a month. So, the world is not fair, guys. It's not fair. You'll be in your car, guy in Akube, Soto. So you say, but why? That's how the world is. It is savage. Let's move on to very fast. This method is the reason why we are receiving bad names across the entire Africa and the world. They are calling us gamblers. They are calling us scammers. All those names. Why? Because we are telling them about things. We go telling them that, you know, there's this nice thing. Because we know if this person, actually our motive is to help someone see something. But also back on the back of our mind, we know if this guy buys it, much as I already have mine, I will also receive something small. Are we together? So we come and tell you, if all of you today decide to buy a package, trust me, I will wake up tomorrow when some commissioners increase. But even when you don't buy, my coins are still doing what? Coming every day. And I will still make money. But when you buy, you're buying for yourself. But at the end of the day, we are creating an economy where you can actually talk from home and someone sends you money on mobile money. Say, good, I've sent you the 450. I've sent you the 2 million. I've wired the 50 million on your account. Someone recently gave me, how much is 50,000 euros? That's close to 200 million. He just wired it on my account. And I looked at the man because I talked to him and he said, I know what I missed. I missed Bitcoin. And I've been watching you, so don't talk much. How much did I give you? You see, there are people who are watching us already and they are saying where you are is okay. Please, just take me where you are. So, fight to reach that level where you don't need to overmarket. You appear and someone says, yes, he has appeared. And I want to be like you immediately. Someone is. So there your image is the #1 product. You are the first product. Are we together? So here, these guys are saying we shall give you money up to how many levels? 15 levels. This one, we shall explain it later with the people who are already in the system. But if you are an investor, please don't focus here. This is ours who want a lot of money. We want to talk to everybody, whether you abuse us or you don't, we shall talk to you. You will come here, I will pay for this place, I will pay for gadgets. I will not ask for any money from you. But at the end of the day, someone will do it. Will enter in the system and I will keep doing it. You see, when you keep hitting the nail on the head, you know what happens? It responds as it enters. I've seen the industry. Consistency is very key. Any business, be consistent. Someone is watching and they are saying, let's see if it won't close like the other one. That's all they are looking for. If it doesn't close, do you know what he will do? He will come. Others actually give some concepts 1 year. They say, let's give it 1 year and we see. The year passes, then the guy comes. I have people who wait for you. They say, if this guy buys a special car, I am entering. Now they are waiting for my brother Pius. Once Pius buys the car, they say, Pius, you've left us now. So where are you, my brother? Yeah? Then they will come. Yet they would have started at the same one. At the same level. Let's move very fast and end this thing. Now, go back. Yes, you see here. This is where the real money is. This money is just called, I would call it, is a word we used to use. It's more of a career development. You're doing something and they want to thank you for what you're doing. Some of us have started doing something. So each time we do something, let's say if we go and sell how much hubs worth 10,000, how much will they give us? They'll give us 300 euros, you see? But if I go ahead and sell hubs worth 20,000, the company will give me 600 euros. I go ahead and buy sell 100,000, they give me 3,000 altogether. So when you're selling, much as you're receiving these commissions, there is also another reward waiting for you. I sell up to 300k, I have 9,000. You reach a level, you have how much? That is about 15,000, then 40,000, then 80, 150, 300. Have you ever been there and they put 1 million euro on your account, and how much have you sold? Only 20 million. Recently I did sales of $120 million. I only made $3.2 million only. Now these guys are saying if I can only do up to 50 million, the total of this will be 4.5 million euros. 4.1? One guy from Germany recently finished all this. So the company said, what do we do? Let's add more levels. So they added another level of 100 million. Then they said, you sell 100 million, we shall give you 5 million euros. Sell another 150, we give you 10. And finally sell 200 million, we shall give you 10 million. So when I calculated, just the total of the money just on selling is 40 million euros, guys. 40. And you know how long we can do this if we decide to do it? We sit down and say 3 years. Let's create a network and sell for 200 million. And this is the fastest way of becoming rich in the industry. It's the fastest. This is what has made me my biggest money. Most people say that I'm trading. Yes, I do trade, but on a small scale. But let me tell you, people equal to money. Okay? You want business? Some find some people. If you don't have people, just stay there watching. But good enough to take part in this. Buy a packet and go at home and relax. Just buy a packet. Save your family. And all together, at least go and talk to your family and tell them, let's combine some energy. And we get some 3 million and we go and buy some ZENIQ and we keep quiet. And we go back to whatever we have been doing. 3 years down the road, we are out of what they call poverty for life. It's that hard to do here. Africans, we are not patient. That's why they are banging us every day. Eh? Let's move to our next page as we finish. Now this one, the company put it there to give us what I would call salary. Everybody who has a rank, every month, you are given some salary. And this salary is in the form of stars. The first star recently was around 150 euros. When you reach here, there are 2 stars. 150 times 2. There are 10 stars. 150 times 10. So each rank you have is equal to a certain amount of stars. If you're here 20, 40, 80, 500 stars. 500 times 150 that month, that's the money you receive. This is in addition to the other money on the other side. And also in addition to the other small commission you're receiving. So the money is too much, guys. And finally, what I want to say is, as we move, your next step, what you need to do right now is this. 1, talk to the person who invited you, whoever is online. If I invited you, send me a message and say, Ben, you invited me to this. 2, choose the best product for yourself. And number 3, start with your success business. Out there, don't complicate things. Just find money. Out there, and we go to the next one, level. So, I would say become a master of your what? Of your own finances again. And this is the end of today's what? Presentation. Just go on and so the presentation is over, but I have people who are asking questions, but probably since it's a bit late, in our next presentation, you might ask questions. I'm planning to do the next presentation on Tuesday, because usually Tuesday has been our day. This was opening up. It was opening up the year, but I want to go back to our Tuesday presentations, because on Tuesday, we usually start by around midday. Okay. So midday, then by 2 we are done. So next Tuesday, we are going to do another presentation. Today has been a good one. I see we had a quorum, and I'm also glad for some of you who didn't come, you've sent a link to your friends. But also this presentation has been recorded. We can also send it after to some of your people there. You say you listen to this. We have not used complicated English. We are Africans. Yeah? They will listen and understand. Because my brother Mark, when he does his presentation, some people say we are not understanding, because the man is from Germany. So guys, this is the end, and let's come next Tuesday. All right, see you.